Coming up on Double Take Sports Talk, we will update you with headlines and news, matchups to start off the week in the NBA. That is next. All right, this is it. Double Take Sports Talk with the Watch Brothers. Thank you for tuning in. Darrell, on the opposite side, say hello to Darrell to everybody.
Hello, welcome to the show. We're here.
We're here. All right, man. You doing good, man? How you feeling?
Doing good, man.
Okay, man. We got some things that we need to cover here this week in the NBA. Man, you ready to rock this one?
Let's do it.
All right, man. Let's do it. All right, let's get this podcast up and running and started. We're going to kick this baby off with the final scores and stats from previous games, which is April 4th and the 5th. Darren, it's your floor, man.
Good day to everybody. Darrell Watts here. We had 2 nights worth of games. We will start with final scores and key stats for Tuesday, April 4th, 2017. There was a total of 11 games. We will start with the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers. The Nets wins this game 141-118. The Brooklyn Nets scored 81 points in the first half. Charlotte Hornets, Washington Wizards. The Wizards wins this game 118-111. The Orlando Magic, Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs wins this game 122-102. LeBron James, triple-double number 12. Toronto Raptors, Indiana Pacers. The Pacers shocked the NBA with this win, 108-90. Paul George registers 35 points in their victory. Denver Nuggets, New Orleans Pelicans. The Nuggets wins this game in a close one, 134-131. Milwaukee Bucks, Oklahoma City Thunder. OKC wins this game, 110-79. Russell Westbrook ties Oscar Robertson's record. Chicago Bulls, New York Knicks. Knicks wins this game 100-91. Memphis Grizzlies, San Antonio Spurs. Spurs wins this game 95-89. San Antonio, their 60th plus win season under head coach Greg Popovich. The Portland Trail Blazers, Utah Jazz. Jazz wins this game 106-87. The Minnesota Timberwolves, Golden State Warriors. Warriors wins this game 121-107. The Warriors win their 12th straight game. In the last game of the night, the Dallas Mavericks, Sacramento Kings. The Kings wins this game 98-87. And now we will go to last night's games, April 5th, 2017. There was a total of 8 games. We will start with the Miami Heat and the Charlotte Hornets. The Heat wins this game 112-99. The Heat pull into the tie for 8th place in the East. The Toronto Raptors, Detroit Pistons. Toronto wins this game in a close one, 105-102. Kyle Lowry scores 27 in his return and sparks a comeback. Oklahoma City Thunder, Memphis Grizzlies. OKC wins this game in a close one also, 103-100. Russell Westbrook, 45 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists. Denver Nuggets, Houston Rockets. Rockets wins this game 110-104. The Rockets secure the number 3 seed. Cleveland Cavaliers, Boston Celtics. Cavs wins this game 114-91. Cleveland takes the season series and regains the top seed. The Los Angeles Lakers, San Antonio Spurs. The Lakers wins this game 102-95. Tyler Ennis, career high, 19 points. The Golden State Warriors, Phoenix Suns. The Warriors wins this game 120-111. Golden State clinches the West and extend their win streak to 13. And then the last night of the game, the Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers wins this game 112-101. These are your final scores and key stats for April 4th and the 5th of 2017.
Now we're going to go ahead and still stick with the Pacers. We're going to take a look at tonight's matchup. We have the Bucks and the Pacers. This is the last and final game of Hickory Night. And this is going to be a 7 o'clock tip-off at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, downtown Indianapolis. It'll be aired locally on Fox Sports Indiana and at 107.5 FM and AM 1070 The Fan for Pacers fans. This is a desperate must-need win for the Pacers. In our preview analysis and predictions portions of this podcast, this is the portion where the Pacers actually need to get consecutive wins at this point and try to get back into the playoff mode, because right now they're tied for the 8th seed, but currently out of the playoff spot of the 8th seed. They are in the 9th, and they need to get a collective wins. And like I mentioned earlier in some podcasts, couple of shows ago, as I meant to say, that the Pacers are going to need help if they are going to get this playoff spot, because they have struggled badly. But with the addition of Lance Stevenson, I believe that this is a team that can actually get a more collective win since the month of February. And with that being said, I want to take a look at some previews of these games before we actually get to the analysis portion of this game. Firstly, the last meeting between these two teams was held February 11th of 2017. And lastly, before I continue, this is the last matchup of the Pacers and the Bucks. The Pacers had lost this game 100 to 116. And, of course, that game was at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, too. Of course, they trailed at the half, and then they sparked a 10-0 run to start the third quarter. And but after that run, the Bucks answered on a 9-0 run, and they regained the control of the game. And it went air and out the building. Also, couple things to note. The Bucks are aiming for their first season sweep of the Pacers since the 2009 and 2010 season. Milwaukee has the second highest team field goal percentage in the league at 47.5%. In his first home game back at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, Lance Stevenson scored 12 points while passing out 3 assists. I want to take a look at the injury report to note for tonight's game. For the Milwaukee Bucks, Malcolm Brogdon, he is out with back soreness. John Henson is out with a left thumb sprain. And, of course, Jabari Parker has been out for quite some time. He has post-surgery on his left knee. And for the Pacers, Al Jefferson, he is questionable with a left sprained ankle. I doubt he'll play tonight, but we'll see as the time progresses for the start of the game. Glenn Robinson III, he is out with a sore left calf, and I highly doubt he's going to be playing too, based off of his sore left calf. So, like I said, these are just the injuries to report. That doesn't mean that it is going to be what it is, but we'll see as time gets closer to tip-off. The projected starters for tonight's game. For the Bucks, you have Matthew Dellavedova and Tony Snell is your 1 and 2. Giannis Antetokounmpo is your 3. Chris Middleton and Thon Maker is your 4 and 5. I didn't know Chris Middleton was really a power forward. It's interesting. I thought Chris Middleton was a shooting guard. I guess the addition of Tony Snell. Ouch. Anyway, for the Pacers, projected starters. Jeff Teague and Monte Ellis is your 1 and 2. Paul George is your 3. Thaddeus Young and Miles Turner is your 4 and 5. So with that being said, I want to take a look at a stat from 2K in this predictional portion of this game. There we go. The Milwaukee Bucks have pulled out this win, surprisingly, 124 to 105. And a couple things to note with this. One of the things that the team has to do overall to actually win this game, and it's going to be a big problem maker for the Pacers, is this right here. Turnovers and points off of turnovers. In this game, Bucks had 13 turnovers, 23 points off turnovers. The Pacers had 16 turnovers, 11 points off turnovers. And in the last meeting between these two, the Bucks had forced the Pacers into 14 turnovers, in which they converted to 17 points off of those turnovers. So that's a pretty close aspect for the Bucks right here, for them to have 13 in this game turnovers and 23 points off turnovers. So that's one of the things that the Pacers are going to have to kind of break out of if they want to win this game. Of course, you got the addition of Lance Stephenson. He's going to bring some kind of energy into this game. And of course, right here in this game, the Bucks' biggest lead was 22, and the Pacers was 6. That is another problem. Even though that the Pacers played against the Raptors, they had a 19-point trail, and they came back to win that game. So this doesn't necessarily mean, with the Bucks having the biggest lead of 22, that do not mean this is going to happen in tonight's game either. Because in the last portion of it, when I pulled up the stats for the Raptors, they was leading just as much, and the Pacers came back in that game, not in the 2K game, but in the real game, they actually came back and won that game due to sparks of Paul George and Lance Stephenson. And the other thing that is going to have to change for the Pacers also is this. They have got to start making their three-pointers. My circling is pretty bad, but that's okay. They are going to have to convert on their three-pointers. Though in this game, the Pacers made 10, which marked them for 38%, and the Bucks made 7 of their three-pointers with 32%. But it really didn't too much matter up to this point, because what really got Milwaukee into this game was this and this. They both had equal amounts of second chance points, but Milwaukee's bench has played a big role in this game also. That really sparks a change if the Pacers want to win this game tonight. Also, in the last meeting, Milwaukee made 7 more three-pointers and 9 more free throws than the Pacers. So with that being said, with the free throws in 2K, Bucks made 23, Pacers made 25. For the Bucks to be 82% and the Pacers for 76%. Now, just because the Bucks has 82% and the Pacers has 76, the Pacers had attempted more free throws over the Bucks, which really changed the style of the game in the second half. And that is one of the problems that I've always preached on, is that they need to actually convert and close out the second half. They have to do that. And this has gotten out of control. These here. That there. You do not want to allow this, especially on your home turf. The Bucks have won 3 of their last 5 road games against the Pacers. They just picked up a road win in this game of 2K. Can they also do it tonight? Absolutely. It's a very high chance they could do that. But in order, like I said, in order for the Pacers, for everything I've highlighted, that has to change. They have to set the momentum in the game. They have to do that. So you cannot allow this type of ordeal to come about if you're actually going to be playing this type of style of basketball. You cannot allow that. You just can't. Okay, we're going to take a quick look at Darren's analysis portions of this real quickly from his standpoint of what the Pacers need to do to win this game. I did the preview. Here's Darren with the analysis portion. Show floor, man.
Okay, we're going to take a look at some brief analysis for tonight's game against the Milwaukee Bucks and the Pacers at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Let's take a look at some brief analysis real quick. Some keys for the Pacers to win this game. So here we have it. We have last week's matchup. Well, not last week. Last time's matchup. Of course, Darrell went over this. The main thing that I wanted to go over in the analysis, in order for the Indiana Pacers to win this game, it's kind of very interesting to me what I'm about to get ready to say, because it's almost pretty much a two-way for the Indiana Pacers to win this game and to also lose this game. But in order for Indiana to win this game, and in order for Milwaukee to win this game, will have to be this. From the last matchup, these two gentlemen right here, Paul George and Giannis Antetokounmpo, these two will have to play bait. They have to start off strong, start out hot. And in order for them to play that bait, they are going to have to draw defenders to them. But for the Pacers to win this game, they must not let, and I said this once before the last time they played, this man cannot be in existence. He has to be absent from this game. He has to be away from this game. He has to be not in the rhythm at all under any circumstances. He cannot be that man to play cat and mouse and bait for the Pacers defense, because if the Pacers defense play that, they're going to have a hard time beating them tonight. So the only way the Pacers can win this game is to shut him down, and to also shut down, I want to say, is Rashad Vaughn. I want to say it is. He has shown ability to come out in the clutch in the last few minutes of the game. They're going to have to shut him down too in order for them to win this game. But mainly Giannis Antetokounmpo, they're going to have to shut him down. They're going to have to completely take him out of rhythm. They're going to have to take him out of rhythm. But other than that, on the behalf of players and stopping, as a team, in order for the Pacers to win this game tonight, they're going to have to they fairly match up all the way around. They both commit the same amount of turnovers a game, pretty much blocks a game, steals a game. This game is fairly well matched up. Milwaukee averages 24 assists a game. Pacers average 23. They pretty much fairly fair out, between these two teams. They are very evenly matched. So in order for the Pacers to win this game, it's not about playing as thinker. This game is going to most likely be close. Milwaukee had their good times and Milwaukee had their bad times. Pacers picked up Lance Stevenson, which I think was a big contributing factor to pushing the momentum on the offensive and the defensive end. I'm not sure if Milwaukee going to be able to handle that. They're going to have to be able to find a way to slow the Pacers down in order for them to win this game tonight. They have to go to a complete different strategy from what they went with these last few games, because now it's gotten to a point where since they picked up Lance Stevenson, tempo has moved a lot more faster than it has in previous times. So the only way that Milwaukee would have to completely just slow down Lance Stevenson and that offense and the defense in order for Milwaukee to win this game. Pacers, they just got to shoot the ball well. They got to shoot the ball well. They can't be late on assignments. Just the normal routine for the Pacers. They got to play Pacers brand basketball, but mainly to shut down Rajon Vaughn. I believe, like I said, I'm not 100% sure if it's him or not. And Giannis Antetokounmpo. They're going to have to get these gentlemen out of rhythm. They cannot allow them to get hot under any circumstances. Keep Greg Monroe off the boards. Keep him off the boards. We should be good for the Pacers to win this game tonight. That's the analysis. That's what I have for the Milwaukee Bucks and the Indiana Pacers tonight at Bankers Life Fieldhouse.
All right. With that being said, good stats there. It's very simple. Keeping Greg Monroe out, keeping them stable. And there's a couple other players that needs to stay stable too. And they got to keep them shut down. So once again, this is a 7 o'clock tip-off. In the predictions aspect of this, me and Darren has both chose the Indiana Pacers to win this game tonight, even though that the Milwaukee Bucks is a better team going into tonight's game with a better record. And I think it's a better defense too from the last 30 games, I think. The Pacers have what they need to win this game. They have it all. They rallied last game. They closed the game out. I don't think this is going to be any different in this game tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks. Period. We got the Pacers. So that is your preview, predictions, and analysis portion of this podcast. All right, we'll take a quick look at the headlines from the NBA, NFL, and MLB. I'm just going to throw this out there right now. There's nothing really going on in MLB. The only difference is that there's a couple of extra inning games that actually did go on, and some teams actually did win. So that's one of the headlines of MLB. But for the NBA aspect, there's a report that the Bulls, Dwayne Wade, may make his return on Saturday after an injury. Tristan Thompson is going to miss the next 2 games with a thumb injury. And, of course, Russell Westbrook is tied for the Oscar Robinson's triple-double record. He could have had one last night, but he was 1 rebound short. And I'm going to get back to this here in a second, but I'm just going to share the headline. Stevenson takes shot at Raptors in Instagram post after what Stevenson did, laid it up within the final 6 seconds of the game. The Raptors was very sore about that, and it did lead to some tension between Lance Stevenson and the Toronto Raptors itself. I'm going to get back to that, and I'm going to get my thoughts in a second. NFL side. Of course, we all know Marshawn Lynch, he is planning on coming out of retirement and might possibly play for the Oakland Raiders. So this is going to be a big, big change in the NFL teams. Big message. Beast Mode is back. He is going to be back. He's going to play, and he's going to dominate like he did before he retired. So this is going to be big. There are rumor talks between Richard Sherman. These are true rumors now. But he believes it's a very small little chance that he'll be traded to another team. He believes he'll be in Seattle. And, of course, last but not least, Jay Cutler is not getting any interest from other NFL teams. So it's time for him to start thinking about his future. So let me go back to this Lance Stevenson ordeal. There's a couple things I didn't like about this, and I'm just going to be very brief with you. I didn't like how the Raptors came at Lance Stephenson like that. I don't, because if y'all talk about, if PJ Tucker and Dwayne Casey talk about that Lance Stephenson had absolutely no class, it was tasteless on what he did, let me remind you of something. If y'all remember this time last year, during a 24-point blowout within the closing seconds of the game, Norman Powell did a windmill dunk to close the game. And y'all are getting mad at Lance Stephenson because of what he did of a simple layup? Y'all got to be kidding me. Y'all have got to be kidding me. What is the difference between what Lance Stephenson did and what Norman Powell did last year? I find that a crock of bull. It is crap. That ain't cool for Lance Stephenson. If y'all sit up here and make that a big deal, y'all wrong. Toronto, you're dead wrong, and y'all know it. Y'all know it. Don't bring up something that y'all know that y'all guilty about with Norman Powell's windmill dunk last year to close out the game. Y'all just showed y'all were some sore losers, just like Max said on First Take. Y'all some sore losers, period. And Quinn Buckner, you made it no better when you talk about that Lance Stephenson was supposed to dribble that out. For what? He is on his home floor. You are soft. Get past yourself. Get past yourself. You have really shown that you are no better than the Toronto Raptors. That's exactly what you have shown. That's all I got to say about that. Them are your headlines from the NBA, NFL, and MLB. All right, no final thoughts from me nor Darren. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. That ends another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. If you like what you see, you get a video a thumbs up. How you feel about today's show, you can just comment on the comment section below as usual. We're here. No worries. But until then, of course, I'm Darrell. Darren on the opposite side, of course, is not with me. But catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then, ciao. Double Take Sports Talk here with me, Darrell Watts. As many of you know, me and Darren enjoy talking sports and giving out stats, but we also enjoy entertaining while doing it. So with that being said, you can check us out on the social media side and get more involved in our podcast. We're on Twitter at DTST2414, or you like us on Facebook, Double Take Sports Talk page at The Watch Brothers. We're also on YouTube. Like, share, do what you got to do with that. Once again, we don't mind. Also, we are finally back on the podcast app for audio-only purposes for those who enjoy audio-only of our podcast. We're also on the blog, feature critical thinking and analysis, and you can check that out at doubleTakeSportsTalk.blogspot.com. Thanks again.
I think these are all stars.
Well, one's two all stars, one superstar.
Ah. The one with the figure. Sharpshooter, lockdown, defender, and playmaker.
Man,
Mm-hmm. Right on, man.
boy.
Ah, oh, come on. That's supposed to be a dunk. My bad, y'all. My bad.
Oh, he gonna shoot. Shit. I forgot he a sharpshooter. Yep.
Good idea.
Sorry about that, bro.
Yeah. That sound about right.
Hey. What are you doing? Mm. Damn, that's
Mm.
right, son.
Word.
Oh, that's on him.
We got a good amount of time on the board. Oh, good rebound. Oh.
Oh no! Get up here, D-Dub. I swear, I was like, I got it back. I'm like, oh, I'm about to yoke it.
Yeah.
And then that shit happened. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't an ankle breaker because I didn't get the thing come up to say it was a negative on me.
Yeah.
Buckets. Damn.
Yeah. I was about to say, about time, man. I was waiting on that one.
You do?
He had already traveled even beforehand. Yes, he did. Man, James, good pick.
I mean, shit, D-Dub hot. I'm about to go ahead and keep, you know what I'm saying, helping them get open.
Mm-hmm.
I was close, but they wasn't close enough to shut them down.
Mm-hmm.
Out on him.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. He damn I just took your hat off on that one. Golly.
He burned.
He just blew your head off.
Word. Sharp shoot, sharp shoot. Fuck.
Shit. Ooh. Boy, you said
Whoopsie. The pump fake.
Oh. Ugh.
I'm not fast enough. It's my fault.
He trying to do Q shit and don't have the, you ain't up for that, bro. You need to stop that.
Mm-hmm.
You go, that's what's fucking. Oh man, I swear they swear every time Darrell get the ball, they hitting square.
yeah, they are. They spamming that shit.
Why ain't you shooting?
Damn. My bad.
You good, bro?